Houston, try NCE to auxiliary, over. NCE, auxiliary. Altitude a mile and a half now, velocity 1,592 feet per second. Okay, Houston, we're maneuvering to the burn attitude. Copy that, 12.
Okay, Pete, we'll give you a radar vector on this one.
Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector.
Okay, Pete, we'll give you a radar vector on this one.
Sounds like a pretty good vector. Copy that, 12. Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector. DieHard GameFan. 10, 9, 8, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Houston, try NCE to auxiliary, over. NCE to auxiliary. Altitude a mile and a half now, velocity 1,592 feet per second. Okay, Houston, we're maneuvering to the burn attitude. Copy that, 12.
Okay, Pete, we'll give you a radar vector on this one.
Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector. Sounds like a pretty good vector.
All right. Whoa. Sounds like we got a little bit of something going on with the VT3 here. That's a little weird. It's definitely sounding like I got something going on here. Let's see. Okay, that's better. Okay, there we go. What's up? Happy Friday night. I've had a very long week this week. My new job is super crazy. It's very busy, but not in a bad way. It's nice to be busy. I've had I had a job for the last, I don't know, three or so odd years that was definitely not fulfilling. So I'm glad to have this new job that's been really great. But you know, it's kind of keeping me from my regular stream schedule. And last night I was cleaning out the Geek Cave a little bit. I've been trying to find a place to stick the hey, thanks, Zane's dad. Yeah, I got a new job. It's actually a pretty good story. I was very unhappy for like a while, but you know, it's the middle of the pandemic, so it's kind of hard to be finding a new job. And I was kind of casually looking around, but I didn't really want to, like, you know, risk losing something that had been pretty stable for a long time. And eventually I found this place, and I kind of took a risk, and it's been great. It's been like about 2 months now, and everybody's really nice, and it's awesome. But it's definitely like a 7 to 5 job. Like, it's definitely the kind of thing where I'm getting emails all the time, and there's lots of fires to put out all day long. So it's not. The day goes by quick, but it's definitely not casual. It's not just one of those jobs where you can kind of zone out the whole time. You really have to be like working and stuff. But I was cleaning out the Geek Cave, and as part of that, I have like 3 sort of legal, kind of boxes, legal size boxes full of old magazines, mostly all stuff that I got from THQ when I was getting free magazines and stuff. And I worked in the mastering lab, and the mastering lab just had a shelf that had magazines collecting on it probably since about 93 or so, something like that. And so at some point we were cleaning out the offices, and I took a bunch of that stuff home with me, and it actually stayed in my friend Jason's garage when I moved to Canada, because I was like, I don't know if I want to take all these magazines with me. Let me find out what's going to happen when I get up there. And eventually I moved all the way back. So they spent 4 years in my friend's garage. Now they spend another 5 years here in the Geek Cave. And I love them, and I think they're cool, but I don't really, it's not like something I'm looking at very much. And I kind of wanted to incorporate them more into the QuranStream stuff, but for whatever reason, I don't have a lot of magazines that feature some of the games that I've been playing, so I haven't really done that as much as I wanted to. But I was talking about it last night in the My Life in Gaming Discord, because I was asking if anybody wanted some of these, and Zane's dad here was like, hey, you should, read through some of those on the stream, and we can all laugh at the cheesecake mid-90s stupid video game ads. So I was like, I don't know, you think anybody would want to watch that? But, we're going to give it a try. So there's a person that's in that Discord as well named Choir Boy. I think Choir Boy is the person that's really into tempo in that Discord. And so they sent over a list of all the magazines that had coverage of tempo. So as it happens, I have one of the DieHard GameFans from 1995 that covered tempo on the 32X. And so we're going to look through that today. So here it is. This is Volume 3, Issue 4 of DieHard GameFan from April of 1995. So that was my senior year of high school. I was about to graduate. I was living on my own at that time, so I really was not that into video games at that point. I was doing a lot of acting and stuff, and so I have a break in my video gaming from the end of the Genesis time period to the beginning of Dreamcast, which is basically like when I went to college. So it's, as it happens, most of the magazines I have are actually from that time period where I really wasn't gaming that much. So for example, I've never played Tempo, but from what I gather from this Discord that I've been hanging out in, it's a pretty awesome game, I don't think Zane's dad. I don't think it's Tempo Die Harder. I think it's from what I understand, it's like a cute character platformer. But maybe there's a lot of violence in it. I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess. So it's very hot in the Geek Cave tonight, and I'm very dehydrated. So we're gonna start off the nice night with a nice lemon flavored Kirkland brand sparkling water. Ooh. No, I know. I was playing along, Yeah, I have 3 window units, but they're in my real house. This room that I'm in is it's like a shed that has been turned into a room. I guess the lady that lived here before us was a novelist, and so the area that you can't see on screen is kind of like a built-in desk to this wall. And then she had a bed in here, and so I guess she would just kind of like close herself in here and write her novels so she wouldn't be bothered by anything. So it's actually like a nice space. It's got fake like pergo floors, and it's in the winter time, it's actually pretty nice. It doesn't get super cold, but in the summertime, especially in LA, it's been like in the mid 90s, it's been hot, That's right. The shed has been turned into a sweet hangout pad. So, I got a couch over here, 3-person couch. I got the I'm not doing a very good job of being a weatherman right now. I've got a 3-person couch here, and I've got all the video game crap and my records and stuff over on this side, and then on the back wall, that's like kind of the media storage. It's just a work in progress, you know, especially during quarantine. I really dove hard in all this retro collecting / RGB, you know, type stuff. So I taught myself how to solder, and we're going to take advantage of that today by using the solder station to look at this magazine. So that's enough jibber jabber out of me. You know, part of my streams is jibber jabber. You know, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, my better half, LA Dead Red, was on my case because I didn't have anything fun to do with people's stream coins or whatever they're called. But I added a bunch of sound alerts and stuff. So feel free to play around with that and have fun. I can't. It's not showing up on my screen, so it's there somewhere. Let me see if I can grab this. Close. Okay. I can't test it out right now because it's because of the way my screen is configured. But anyway, if you want to play around with that, something there for you. So, you know, for now, let's throw up some chubs, some old chubs, and take a look at this magazine. You know? Yeah, I totally don't either, but the problem is that people expect it, you know? So like I'm just in here BSing around, and then I get people that are like, "Oh, hey, how can I spend my points or whatever?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I have people that have that watch my stream that have like thousands of points, you know? So, wow, thanks. Yangus is back. Like Yangus, for example. Yangus, you must have a lot of saved channel points. You want to test out one of the new sound alerts by purchasing it with 200 channel points? You must have many thousands of them, you know? So, you know, give it a try. There we go. Thank you. I'm bad. From Bad Dudes. Look at that. Now that's a lot of fun, you know? Thank you, Yangus. Thank you for demoing the thing that I wasted some time on my lunch break for. All right, enough BSing around. Let's move over to the solder desk. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work lighting-wise. I tried to futz with the white balance. I'm going to try to move the magazine around a little bit so we can see what's going on. But let me move over to the soldering desk, and we're gonna jump into this thing, you know?
This is a present from me to you.
I love it. Damn, that actually worked pretty good. I was a little bit worried about that one. There's some that got a little cut off, you know, but that's all right. All right, let me get this sort of situated here. How's that sound? Everybody hear me okay? It sounds okay in my headphones. Let me turn it up just a little bit. Check. 1, 2. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, let me get the chat over here so I can see the chat. Oh, it sounds a little echoey and robotic. Uh-oh. That could be, well, no, this one shouldn't have any effects on it. Test, 1, 2. Yeah, this is a different mic, which would explain why it might sound crappy. But unfortunately, it's sounding awesome to me. I don't know. Well, maybe the gain is like a little bit high. Let's turn it up a little bit. You know what? I can always bring my other mic over. Let's just do that. Rather than futz around with this too much, let's just bring over the other mic. All right, back to the other mic. How's that sound? That's probably better, right? All right, I'll turn off the other mic so you're not getting all the fans going here, you know? Yeah, that Shure 57 microphone has been through a lot. That's like a 30-year-old mic at this point, so God only knows what's going on with it. But I haven't splurged for a third studio mic yet, so, you know, that's what we're dealing with. All right, so check it out. Here we go. We got DieHard GameFan, Volume 3, Issue 4. Let me get that so that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good on the camera. So what's featured here? Man, this is a heavy hitting issue. We've got Knuckles Chaotix, which another one I didn't really play because I didn't have a 32X. I have one now, so maybe I'll have to get into it. We've got Street Fighter Legends. You know, wow. MK3, latest info, new characters. Crusader of Senti. I don't know, never played that one. You know. Stargate, never played. Weapon Lord, nope. Earthworm Jim CD, wow, I played Earthworm Jim on the SNES. Kirby's Dream Course, okay, and then inside of 32, the Saturn, Daytona, and Panzer Dragoon. Man, this is an issue, wow. On PlayStation, we got Cyber Sled and Tekken. For Jaguar, there's Ultra Vortex. For 32X, there's Tempo, which is the reason that we're reading this one, and Brutal. Never played it. And for 3DO, there's PO'd. And then finally, there's an exclusive preview of Titus's incredible Prehistoric Man. So get excited, get hype, you know. Up here, we got Super Nintendo, Genesis, Sega CD, 32X, Saturn, Neo Geo, Jaguar, 3DO, PlayStation, and PCFX. PCFX? Is that TurboGrafx? Is that the I don't know. What's PCFX? That's some I recognize the name, but I'm not sure. Chat, tell me what PCFX is. I can try that. Let me tape a piece of paper on it. Now I need some tape. Kapton tape. Will that work? Oh no, I have some electrical tape. That will work. This light is great for soldering, but not so great for reading magazines with, you know? All right, let's try that. It's still pretty crappy. Better, I guess, but not perfect. All right. Oh, the PCS it was an NEC console, but it was not. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, PC. Okay, so it's like a like an X6800 or one of those weird like ones like that. All right. Well, forget it then. We don't need to worry about it. So let's crack it open. All right. Already, right off the bat, heavy hitters. We got Beyond Oasis for Sega Genesis here on the left. I mean, that's a pretty sweet ad. But then this is one I actually just played the other night because I was playing Marvel games. And I had never played X-Men 2 Clone Wars, but that has some great graphics. And this is some nice, got some nice artwork here. You know, airbrush, etc. Very 90s. How's that look visually? All right, it looks okay to me, I think. All right, no cheesecake, though. Let's see what's next. All right, we got the editorial zone. Oh, good old Dave Halverson. He was the game's TM guy, right? If memory serves. Yeah, you know, only Sega's powerful enough for Magneto. Then over here we have Ristar. Now this is, God, what a great time. Look at these Genesis ads. You know, and then you have the weird Team Game Fan down here, like I'm assuming these are like their Game Pro like alter egos. I'm not really familiar with any of them. What are they talking about? They're in the middle of yet another transition year for video games. 16-bit, to everyone's surprise, is fading fast among third-party developers, and the buzz around the Ultra, Saturn, and PlayStation is everywhere. We've been talking about the U64 in GF for some time now, while others have remained skeptical at best. Very soon, people will find out how real it actually is, as well as how powerful. I can tell you firsthand, it is almost scary. As Nintendo plans for the machine make me envision the industry the way I've always wished it could be, or the way the industry once was. Huh? I don't know what that means, but okay. The U64 is a cartridge-based console housed inside its hardware so advanced that current CD-ROM technology cannot harness it. The visuals it creates are literally pixel-free and surpass anything I have ever seen in a video game, and I've seen it all. Holy shit. Now that is some effusive praise. If there's to be one fly in the ointment, it would be the U64's cartridge base. It's a common knowledge industry-wise that developers are not overjoyed with the format. In fact, it is one of the reasons that 16-bit and other cart formats altogether are already steadily decreasing. So then he goes on here. Let's see if he says anything else crazy. I should have pre-read this, but I didn't really. I'm not going to read the whole thing, But anyway, that's some pretty crazy nonsense about the U64. All right, here we go. Now this is what we're looking for. Contains none of the U.S. recommended daily allowance of vitamins and minerals. This is a Sweet Gex ad where he's like, somebody is eating a wasp, I guess, and it's kind of like an ecstasy pill or something, and we got some sweet, extreme 90s text over here, the classic tall 3DO box, and there he is, the man with the plan, Gex himself, Wow. Now that is some easy to be pixel free. I love that. I love pixel free. I got to remember that. Okay, DieHard GameFan, table. Here's the table of contents. We got the editorial zone, most wanted. Not really anything specific in here. Anything cool? We still got these crazy characters, from like the GamePro like characters. Metal Warriors for Super Nintendo. Anybody played that one? I've never even heard of that one. Judging by the screenshots, it looks like it's probably some kind of side-scrolling mech game. It's got a sweet. I love this kind of crap in 90s artwork, like this kind of like warning: do not attempt to operate this machinery if you're a spineless wuss. That's some classic stuff right there. I mean, totally. Stargate, that was a terrible game. Over here, the top 10 games of 1995, April 1995, according to DieHard GameFan. Number 1, Donkey Kong Country SNES. Mortal Kombat 2, SNES. I wonder if these are by sales or just by their... Well, anyway, this is however they've chosen these. Final Fantasy 3, Earthworm Jim for Genesis, Super SF2 Turbo for 3DO was number 5. Super SF2 Turbo was number 5 in 1995. Never heard of it. Alien vs. Predator for Jaguar. That's a hell of a game. Samurai Shodown 2 on the Neo Geo. I agree. That's a good one. Doom on the Jaguar. Was Doom on the Jaguar a good version? I know there's some very crappy ones. And was the Doom Jaguar one the one that was kind of the basis for all the other good stuff after that on console? I know there's one like that. Super Street Fighter 2 on SNES and Tempest 2000 for Jaguar. Definitely a great game. I'm down with that. What else we got? Oh boy, look at this. This is why I can't. I really don't read these because just look at this copy here. It's so like my eyes just want to slide right off of it. Like, is the game called Hocus Pocus or is that what this whole section is called? I mean, this looks like it's about Killer Instinct. I guess these are cheat codes or strategy guide stuff. Afterburner, 32X Afterburner. Earthworm Jim Special Edition on Sega CD. That's pretty cool. I never played the Sega CD version. I wonder if it's any good, you know? I agree. I also agree about that. Toshinden. Yeah, I guess these are like cheat code stuff. Star Wars 32X. Use the Force. All right. Well, that's cool. Schwarzenegger True Lies. Boring ad. Yeah, here we go. Mortal Kombat 2 sneak preview full spread. Look at this. We got these pictures of the people in the, Ed Boon over here, getting ready for, you would look at this and you would be like, damn, look at these characters. Holy crap. This is going to be sweet. Well, the thing about True Lies, going back here, I see your comment about it, is that my real name is Tom Arnold. I don't go by that, but True Lies was a big movie for people named Tom Arnold in the 90s, so kind of a love-hate relationship for me. Mortal Kombat, looking good. I just like I love this character art. It's so great. Wow. Ooh, God. Another just page of a solid wall of text. I mean, this is hard to look at. What are we dealing with here? We got Stargate. Wow, Stargate for Genesis has B grade all the way across. 90, 82, 84. Wow. We got creator of Senti, very high marks for Genesis. Phantasy Star for Genesis, also very high marks, which I agree with. Earthworm Jim, Sega CD. Lords of Thunder, Sega CD. What did that get? Look at this. Lords of Thunder, 79, 88. And they're given Stargate, 90s. What the hell? I don't get it. Ogre Battle is in the 90s. I guess that's pretty good. Metal Warriors, that's that game we saw an ad for. Did not see it. Just because they put an ad in, they didn't give True Lies or Metal Warrior very high scores, relatively speaking, And here we go, Tempo. Let's read what they had to say about Tempo. All right. The first person says, Tempo is a hard one to call. It's a cool game, but not all that 32-bit. The game revolves around music, but the music hurts. The graphics and gameplay are pretty high quality, especially for younger lads. Sega of America, I guess, SOA, would have gone with techno, I'd have liked it a whole lot more. But in the end, I just think Tempo is okay. I'm not sure. He sure has smooth rotation. Okay, well, okay, mode 7. They're into it. All right. Second person says he gives it an 8. Oh, the first person gave the graphics an 8, music a 5, control an 8, playback? No, play mech. What does that say? Play mechanics probably. Play mechanics a 7, and originality a 9. Okay. Number 2. Here we go. This game would have been 15 times better if Sega had lost the painful rap and hip-hop throughout the game. Tempo himself is a cool little character, and much of the game is highly original and very Japanese. All the more reason to lose the lame American tunes. Despite Sega's claims, Tempo will not move your mind. 80. Ooh, rough on Tempo. All right, this guy liked it more. This is what he had to say. While others at GameFan may bag on the hip-hop theme of Tempo, I found it to be a unique and actually enjoyable. We all agree Tempo is of higher quality than the first batch of 32X games. This is an impressive game. There's color galore, much movement in the backgrounds, cool special effects everywhere you look, and Tempo himself has personality to burn. I would love to see a sequel done on the Saturn. 88. So, all things considered, high scores, but given the range of scores here, kind of low for this magazine. One of the few to get us in the 70s. So that kind of sucks. Tempo, we're we're shilling for tempo here. We're fanboys. I've never played it, but I'm trusting that it's great. What do we got here? Spider-Man on the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Never played it. Coming in May. GameFan. Looks like they're working on making a comic. I'm sure that's pretty horrible, but maybe we'll read it at a later date. Okay, we're looking at Stargate. Got a pretty high score in their review, you know? And just, God, these pages are god awful. Just look at this layout. It's just it's too much. All this background shit, you know? I mean, wow. It's crazy. Crusader Senti. Anybody played this game? I've never played this game. It's by Atlas. It's an action RPG. They don't say what platform it is. Crusader Senti. I don't know. Probably a SNES game. SNES or Genesis, probably. Looks like to me. Road Rash 3. Ooh, yeah, buddy. Now, was this out already? Available March? Yeah. Now that's a game right there, you know? Ooh, that's looking good. That's one I got to stream at some point. Phantasy Star. Now, this Phantasy Star, is this Phantasy Star? This isn't Phantasy Star 1, right? What is this? Sega 24 meg RPG. Did the first Phantasy Star come out in 95? Shouldn't this be like Phantasy Star 3 or something like that? I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Definitely confused. But I like what I see. I'm a Sega guy, so, you know, I'm into the Phantasy Star. Oh, hell yes. Here we go. Ooh, I might have to cut this out. Pop the mail ad. Look at that. There she is with her little dragon buddy and the little wizard guy. Ooh. Hold on. Let me get that a little more in frame. It's a little... I wish it was a little bit better, this thing. Yeah, the light is too bright. The light is too bright. I agree. Maybe I can turn it down a little bit. Let's see about that. Let's turn it down. Just a pinch higher. Maybe just a pinch higher. Come on. Come on, let's go higher. IKEA light. That looks okay. It's a little blue, but at least it's not as shiny. It's still not really that in focus, though. I'm going to have to work on this. Let's see. Somewhere. I got Popple Mail, Japanese Mega Drive right here. That's the only Popple Mail I have, sadly. I don't have the American version because it's too frackin' expensive. Maybe I'll get the Super Nintendo version someday, you know? How's that? How's that look? It's still a little shiny, but I think if I hold it up a little bit, that's a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Damn, I love that. Fatal Fury Special. Now that's looking nice. It's funny because it's like so dim I can barely see it in real life, so I'm like having to look at the screen so I can see what you guys are seeing. We got Earthworm Jim Special Edition. And I still never played that. Wow, Dungeon Explorer. Look at that. TurboGrafx, right? Or Sega? No, what am I thinking of? That's a TurboGrafx game with a dungeon in the name. RDF Global Conflict. Lords of Thunder. Damn, I'm telling you, this was a good month. You know? Look at this stuff. If I saw this stuff at the time, I'd be like, wow, look at this anime crap. It looks great. You know? Battle Frenzy, Sega. Now we're looking at Sega previews. What do we got here? Road Rash. They don't really tell you too well. On the Game Gear, we've got Batman and Robin. This is Road Rash. This is Saturday Night Slam Masters. And this is Ocean's Zelda-esque RPG. Adam's Family Values. Never played that. Battle Frenzy looks like a weird first-person 16-bit game. Never played it. Wow, Brandish. Look at that. I can't believe these games had ads. You know, like these old now classic games like Brandish. Like somebody somewhere paid to have an ad in this magazine, and it probably wasn't cheap. You know, Primal Rage. Showing us some differences between Game Boy, Game Gear, and Super Nintendo. And I definitely feel like the Game Gear is looking pretty good. I don't know if Brad's still in the chat. Do you have the Game Gear? Oh, now here we go. This is great. Look at this. Now that's some 90s-ass ad work right there. You got different colored hair, people, you know, different... ethnic groups, you know, it's a real mishmash, but it looks fantastic. And then this kind of treatment here of like, what color is yours? I like this guy, you know, I like this guy too. Look at him, he's happy. You know, hot redhead. That's always good in my book. Prehistoric Man, never played it. Definitely does not look like the kind of game I'd be into. It looks like some kind of European PC silliness, you know? Anybody played that one? I'm trying to read chat. Chat's going. It's great. Ogre Battle. Now, Ogre Battle I've played, but I don't remember much about it. It's just kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, right? Or something like that. It's kind of a similar idea. Was there a 64 version too, or a sequel? I think maybe there was. Kirby's Avalanche, Kirby's Dream Course, lots of colorful stuff, but God, these layouts just, ugh. It's too much. Just too much for me, I'm afraid. Metal Warriors again. It got a review, it has an ad, and now it's got this big write-up. And I've never heard of it. Is that a good game? What's the story here? That's why I stopped reading Games TM, because I felt like Dave Havison, like he would have these games where he would be like, this game is getting so much coverage and you're going to love it, you know? And it was never to my taste. We had very different taste. Yeah, I've heard that too about Ogre Battle. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. What is this? Weapon Lord. Oh, this looks pretty cool. It's kind of like Time Killers or something like that, maybe. It looks like big sprites, and they all have weapons. Hence the name Weapon Lord. Namco Visual Concepts. It's on the SNES. Kind of looks like the character designs are like sort of like barbarians, I guess. Looks kind of interesting. Might fire that up on the old SNES, you know. That'll be what I'll have to do the next time I do this, is we'll find out something that looks good, and then we'll fire up the old flash cart, you know. Do some discovering. True Lies. This looks like a handheld game, but I don't think it is. Yeah, this is on the Super Nintendo. It looks very handheldy. Boogerman. I wasn't a fan of Boogerman. My little brother had it. He thought it was pretty funny. Not for me. I like how they put in the size of the cart. There's a 24 meg cart. Like, I feel like when I was a kid, I had no idea. I wasn't paying attention to that kind of stuff at all, like with the size of the cart or anything like that. Wow, Mega Man 7. Wow. I don't think I've ever played Mega Man 7. Was that on Super Nintendo? Looks pretty good. 1, 2, and 3 I played, and then when 9 came out, I played some of that. I had a friend in college who was really into the X games on PlayStation, like just had them memorized, and I used to watch him play that, and I thought that was pretty cool. And when we used to play Photon as a kid, my little brother's Photon name was Mega Man. All right, what do we got here? Game Boy giveaway, Super Game Boy Grand Prize winner. Yes. How to enter. You want to win some free stuff? It's easy. Just pick up your favorite Game Boy character and color him, she, or it, and then send it in, and we'll pick the winners from each age group. All right, that's pretty cool. You know, give out some sweet Game Boys. And now we're in 32 land here, I guess. This is their 32-bit section. 32 GF32 editorial zone. We got some more words of wisdom from the powers that be. A nice spread on chaotix here. I remember being very hyped for that game. Very, very hype. Wow. Multi-page spread for chaotix. Look at that. Let's see here. My robot's doing all the shout-outs to my friends who are not here because I didn't really... This was kind of a last-minute stream. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. So it's my secret Discord buddy stream, you know? More chaotics. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay, let's focus it in. Let's get serious because it's tempo time, all right? Take a look. There it is. Is it a multi-page spread like Chaotix got? Sure looks like it. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's get serious now. As painful as this may be, I must first tell you the story behind Tempo. Once a year, the dance master of Rhythma holds a huge music festival filled with concerts and events. I can hardly read this because of the horrible background image. The highlight of the festival is the major minor show, a dance contest. After all this is Rhythma. The first prize is the Major Minor Trophy, the most coveted award in Rhythma. The favorites to win this contest this year are Tempo and his girlfriend Katie. Katie? Maybe Katie. Enter King Dirge, a last-minute contest entrant in the festivities who will do anything to win that trophy. Knowing he has no chances against the fluid style of the amazing couple, he rounds up all the goons from his performance company, Muscle Productions, I guess, and places them on every stage. They will stop at nothing to knock Tempo and Katie out of the competition. The fact that Tempo has 4 arms and is supposedly a bug is never brought into the story. I think the developers just kind of made it up as they went along because Tempo is, to say the least, hyper weird. Tempo is about and relies on music, but the music the developers have chosen is comprised of funky beats and hip-hop. Had it been techno or rock, the game would have been a zillion times better. The action in Tempo is pure platform. Tempo attacks by either running and sliding through musical notes or head bopping. Hidden in each level are dance icons, which when discovered cause Tempo to do a frantic little jig, which produces a cocoon. And out springs Katie. Wait, so Tempo creates his girlfriend from a cocoon? All right. With Katie, you can stun an enemy, and then she'll fly over and kick him. But most peculiar is when she is absent. Sorry. You get only one sound channel. So if you want to hear the music, you gotta have her in tow. Strange, don't you think? If not, here's something even more odd. Grab a floating Shinobi record, and the background turns to heavy, grassy mountains, white cows fly around the screen, and yodeling. If you don't believe me, check out the screenshots. At the end of the first 3 areas, you'll meet one of Tempo's 3 big claymation, turning the page, bosses, a huge boot, boxing glove, or a set of headphones. While these monsters are impressive graphically, they make little sense and don't match the game at all, which is made up of conventional bitmapped images. For some odd reason, the later bosses are almost embarrassingly traditional small sprites, including the last boss, who is most unspectacular. The 32X hardware comes into play with the claymation as well, as in the backgrounds, which feature huge bouncing buildings and lots of floating sprites. Tempo himself is animated beautifully, and his rotation is silky smooth. The foreground, however, are pure Genesis. In the area of gameplay, Tempo is very fun. The levels are vast, non-repetitive, and full of surprises. The control is also dead on. I found the music good at times, but overall only average. The nifty samples that belch when you hit an enemy, however, are very cool. In the end, games like Batman and Robin and Gunstar Heroes on the Genesis guide tempo in every category. So not exactly a glowing review, but a very colorful, fun-looking game. And personally, I'm not too sure about this whole, if it was, I mean, I love techno, obviously, I'm techno head. But, I think to me, this is maybe presaging some games like Parappa the Rapper or, Jet Grind Radio or something like that, which were definitely fun, kind of hip-hop inspired games. And so I think Tempo might have been a little bit ahead of its time. That's my 2 cents on Tempo, all right? Having never played it. I'm going to play it, don't worry. And then look, I'm super tempo. I don't get it. That's not funny. From music to special effects, Tempo is still a worthwhile game, albeit not 32-bit. The 32X is used to enhance this platformer. Tempo isn't taxing the hardware in any way, shape, or form. If Sega is aiming Tempo at young ones, it hits the target, but platform aficionados may find Tempo more of a pleasant diversion while waiting for a little chaotix. And that was reviewed by Takahara, whoever that is. And that's it. It got 3 pages, and, I think all things considered for this magazine, the pages look pretty good. But unfortunately, they didn't really like it. So, I don't know. How much does a copy of Tempo 32X run for nowadays? I don't know. Taking a drink after all that reading. All right, let's jump into the rest of this magazine. We got Brutal Unleashed, Above the Claw. I mean, just look at these screenshots. Just zoom it in a little, bro. Just give me less screenshots. Like, why do I need these 4 screenshots here? Like, why do I need that? Well, couldn't that just be one slightly larger screenshot? I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? I don't know. They're going to bag on Tempo. I can bag on GameFan, All right, what do we got? Okay, well, Brain Dead 3D. Never played it. Looks like fun. Kind of a Disney vibe. We got some sports games over here and Pitfall. Saturn preview, yes. Data East Saturn Bound Suikoden is a 6-button fighter with silky smooth zooming effects. So is that Suikoden? That was a Neo Geo game too, right? That was a pretty good Neo Geo game, like Suikoden 3, I think. I played and liked. Sega's first 3D corridor entry for the Saturn. Oh, corridor, that's what they're calling it. Wow, Daedalus. I wonder if is that the Daedalus encounter? I don't know. Little Panzer Dragoon. A look at Panzer Dragoon here. Oof. Darius Gaiden. That looks pretty good up here. Kilik. The Blood. Did that game ever come out? What the hell is this? It's a PlayStation game. Looks like a first-person shooter. Maybe a little bit of Descent going on, I think. Ugh. Looks pretty rough to me. I don't know. Cyber Sled. Also never played it, but sounds pretty fun. Looks kind of like Virtual On, I guess. If I had to put it into Sega terms, Space Griffin VF9. Did that game ever come? Like, I feel like a lot of these didn't come to the States, but like I said, I wasn't really playing a lot of games at this point. So I don't know. Did Space Griffin ever come to the States? Look at all these first-person polygonal, gross. I mean, I feel like this style is going to come back the way that like 8-bit graphics came back for indie games at some point. But looking at it now, it's funny to think like you'd look at this and be like, "Wow, look at these 3 almost identical screenshots here. They look amazing." I love it. Raiden Project, Raiden 2, Or is that Raiden 0? Could be Raiden 0. The Raiden games look pretty good. That's a pretty good looking game there. Cosmic Race for the PlayStation. God, all these old ass PlayStation games, like launch era, never played any of this stuff. Tekken, of course. Look at these headshots. Look at this. I mean, this stuff is, oh boy. Like, this is the best. Like, somebody finished this and they were like, yep, that's the one. That's as good as it's going to be. That's it right there. I love it. What have we got here? Wizardry 7. Wow. Never played Wizardry 7. Data East. Bounty Arms. All right, here's PO'd. Oh, I see. It's like kind of like it's a Doom clone, looks like. It's got some weird, this is kind of weird, whatever's going on in this area. On that side, and then Virtuoso, which is like, oh boy, that is looking rough. It looks like kind of like Revolution X, you know? Not enough ads in this for me. Too much of this stuff. Flashback, Stone Cold Classic. You're not going to hear any complaints from me. Immercenary. Never heard of it. Brain Dead 13. Oh, looks pretty good. Look at these like little colorful graphics on the 3DO, you know? Okay, sure. That's one I could look up at some point. Ultra Vortex. Dang, that one looks good too. Ultra Vortex on the Jaguar. I like these crappy old Mortal Kombat ripoff fighting games. Like, I've never heard of Ultra Vortex, but that looks pretty terrible and also pretty great at the same time. I wonder if it came out for any other systems. Like, I got to check out Weapon Lord too, you know? Weapon Lord and Ultra Vortex. Oh, look at this. This is like a, what is this on PC? Oh, this is the PC FX. Here we go. Battle Heat from Hudson. You know, what is this? An FMV game? Looks like. I don't see. All I see are cutscenes. So I'm going to guess it's an FMV game. GameFan Sports. I think we can skip some of that. Any sports fans out there in the audience? You know, got quarterback, NFL club, hockey 95. Don't need to take a close look at that. All right, here we go. Japan Now. Special K's giving us the info. He mentions Fatal Fury 3, a game that I have for the Neo Geo CD. Sega Rally Championship. Golden Axe The Duel. Okay, cool. Damn, I would look at these Fatal Fury screens and be like, wow. Wow, Street Fighter Legends. Ooh, check it out. That looks pretty sweet. Pretty good looking stuff, you know? Other stuff. A wall, just a wall of text. A solid wall of white on black. Ugh, I'm not going to read any of that crap. Oh, here's a little info on the Ultra 64. What game are they talking about? They're talking about like load management. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh, here we go. Yeah, all right. You know? Capcom, Japanese pioneers of the fighting genre, and the X-Men, American comic book heroes that I personally love to hate. Not the first item which comes to mind under the header of Machines Made in Heaven. Even so, X-Men Children of the Atom is without a doubt one of the most impressive, beautiful, best playing, and just plain powerful arcade titles ever. Yeah. I mean, you got to admit, at that time, you know, the stuff in the arcades compared to what we just sat through in this magazine was definitely looking pretty good. Fight Universal Warriors. Look at this. A whole nother fighting game. Never heard of it. Sunsoft made it. It's on the Neo Geo. Just looks like another fighting game. It's definitely a fighting game. You know, you got people fighting. Is it any good? No idea. Oh, hold on. My desk is falling apart here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. You can get a Sega Genesis 32X for $99. Free shipping anywhere. Coming from Rochester, Vermont, you can get a 3DO system for $399. Road Rash 3, $62. Genesis hardware, 4-player adapter, 6-button arcade controller, $39. Such a deal. Genesis CD backup ROM card, only $49. CD system, 2 CD, $229. That's a pretty good deal. CDX system, $399. Wow. Wow, bros. What else we got? Anything? And then we just got a bunch of Genesis games. Chips and Bits, Jaguar, Neo Geo. What are they selling Neo Geo stuff? Neo Geo CD system is $560. Aero Fighter is $69. Aggressor of Dark Combat is $169. Samurai Showdown 2 is $229. Holy crap. Fahrenheit, that's a pretty good looking game. Fahrenheit, Sega CD 32X, you know? Wow. Z-Blade. Oh man, GameFan gear. Lowest price games anywhere. You could get FIFA 95 for $29. Lethal Enforcers. Raging Ace. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they had Snatcher in here somewhere. What do you think? Genesis, SNES, Sega Mars hint books, SNES, 3DO, Jaguar, CDI. Huh. No Sega 32, no Sega CD stuff specifically, huh? Okay. Okay. All right, Gaming with Florida Man. We're coming down the home stretch anyway. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next time, you know? Here's all the kids that drew stuff. God, they drew these characters. Like the guy with the TV head. It's terrible. DieHard GameFan's Gamer Club. What is this? It's just some game company that's calling itself DieHard Gamers Club. Okay. Wow. Look at all this stuff. Sega 32. I guess the Sega CD really was not... Had it not come out yet? No, it definitely had. Nobody was selling stuff for it, though. It was already dead. Already dead. Damn, Phantasy Star 4. That must be what that was. Metalhead, Doom, Cosmic Carnage. A lot of good-looking stuff. What's this? Place nose here and pull back slowly to see hidden image. You're looking into the eyes of one sick puppy. Secret of Evermore, Unleashed 96. Let's do it on camera. I don't know. I don't think it works in this low light. On the back, we've got Kawasaki Superbike Challenge. Look at that. Hell of a game. We'll move it back over to talking head mode. Talking head mode. All right, gang. There it was. DieHard GameFan, April 1995, featuring a kind of not nice review about Tempo. I'm sorry. I wish it was better. But yeah, thanks for everybody for coming by and sitting through me reading that. I feel like EGM probably would have some better ads, so maybe next time I'll pick an EGM from a similar era and take a look at that. But until then, have a nice night, have a great weekend, Stay cool if you're in somewhere hot. Stay hot if you're somewhere cold. And we'll talk to you soon. All right. Ciao.